Volume 4, Chapter 11. Departure, Part 1. Sato was here. I love to make programs without being limited. The last time I did that was when I made a legged robot for my graduate research during college. When I became a working adult, I haven't done it. This time, it seems that I'll be making magic tools. Yup, it's a good morning. I walked the town while enjoying the morning sunlight, feeling refreshed. Yosagu-san was unlike me, yawned constantly, looking sleepy. I invited him for breakfast, but since he didn't come home, his family was probably mad, so we decided to part ways outside the shop. If I made it big in the labyrinth city, let's come again. I shouted him that. Even though it's early in the morning, the people who are having meals on the stalls and the people who are selling fresh groceries are lively. The vulgar atmosphere that usually permeates in the East District was probably the fault of the visitors. I'm smelling something good from the stalls. Although I'm not particularly hungry, let's buy some souvenirs for the girls. Though I can't buy sushi in wooden box packed like those fathers from the Showa era. I buy a big hand basket made from thin wood from a street stall. It's about as big as 2 rice bowls. I also bought 2 lidded containers for soup and put it inside the basket. I buy warm meals and put it into the storage through the basket. I keep buying various things to the extent that it doesn't look unnatural. Soup made from meatless animal bones and vegetables. Thick stew with vegetables and dried meat. Various grilled meats starting from the grilled goat meat, Seiryu grill, freshly baked flatbread, steamed potatoes. There are some scratched fruits from many fruits I've bought. I've bought about 30 servings. It's too much for souvenirs, but I'll keep some for emergency. With these much, even if we're in an environment it's possible to light fire, I could still provide warm meals. In the first place, I plan to use the storage so that we don't end up in desperate situation. I wanted to buy alchemy materials, but it was closed at the time. When I get back to the gate inn, Ariasa, who saw me from the window, comes running down. After she looked at my face, she begins to stomp the ground with her foot. Ooh, Mo, that glossy face. She bites the edge of a handkerchief, taking a pose. Every single one of her gestures are old. Let's not ask her age before she was reincarnated. I was the one who was supposed to take your first time. I don't remember making such promises. I keep silent about it, since it'd be bad if I don't. You're fussy, and this isn't my first time anyway. No, even though it was 1 in a millennium chance to snatch away the DT of a boy. My condolences. I call for Lulu, and we gather in front of the wagon. The breakfast are potatoes and meat skewers that I've just bought. I talk to Arisa and whisper to check on Lulu's condition. If she still hasn't recovered, I'll postpone our departure for 2 days. According to Arisa, it was only serious in the first day. It's fine now. Since it looks painful, let's give her the painkiller I made from practice. There are 5 of it, those should be enough. After we finish our simple meal, I advance as planned yesterday. I ride the wagon until the parking space of the commercial guild. Horses were easier to find drive unlike cars, so it was easy. It's lively here too in the morning. Every carriage which occupies half of the parking lot are unloading their cargo. Every carriage looked well seasoned. The ratio for the luggage carriages and covered wagon is 50-50. The carts are loaded with a lot of 10-kilogram bags. The people who are moving the bags look like ruffians who wear villager-like simple long-sleeve shirt and trousers. I can see patchwork on its knee and elbow. While I look at the other carriages out of curiosity, Sunifun-san, who has finished confirming the load and assessing the prices, come here. Good morning, Sato-sama. You came really early. I'm sorry. Am I troubling you by coming too early? I don't think that's what I'm doing is that bad, but let's apologize for now. Not at all. The god of business surely likes people who are quick. Even though Sunifun-san said that, if I look at the surrounding, It's probably customary to bring in goods in the morning and bring it out in the afternoon. I am guided to the warehouse. The goods that I've ordered yesterday are put on one of the section. I confirm the products and their number with the help of an employee. I check the contents of every barrel of dragon white stone and close the lid. Sunifan-san watches over me doing that like a grandfather watching over his grandson. Hey, you're not that old, right? I ask the employee to carry the goods to my wagon, while I complete the payment for the transaction at the office. When I get back to the wagon, the loading is complete, so I visually check on the goods. Since I've put tags on the dragon white stones, it doesn't seem like it has been swapped. It can't see through if the insides of the barrels are swapped, but they probably wouldn't have enough time to go that far. I thank the employee and give him one big copper coin. May you have good business. Sunifan-san left the words as farewell as I left the guild. Welcome, Nano desu. I am greeted by Pochi when I return to the gate inn. She hugs me as I go down the coach seat, so I rub her head. I separate from her as I pat her head, and I work to unfasten the horses from the wagon. I'll help, no desu. She immediately stands on the stool that we've just bought and begins to help. Might as well teach her the ways to unfasten the belt, manage the yoke, etc. It's also good to review myself as I teach others. What's everyone else doing? Lulu is washing dishes over there. Others are shopping, no desu. So Pochi and Lulu are house sitting, huh? I'm watching the luggages, no desu. Pochi said it pridefully. She certainly qualified for it. I can somehow imagine Tama sleeping on top of the luggages. I ask Pochi to take care of the horses in the stables. Meanwhile, I put the goods I bought from the commercial guild into the storage. I thought of leaving the goat leather and the wool outside, but the smell was severe, so I stole it away. Let's practice to make deodorant next time. Pochi carried the luggage until it's loaded. Pochi says, watching the luggage, no desu, from the wagon. Since she's doing her best, I'll go see Lulu's condition. Since the laundries that Lulu is doing are underwear, I go back without calling her. After that, I ask Pochi for house sitting, and take a cab to the plaza before the castle. The flower bed on the center are still being worked on, but the pavement are already beautifully set with the paving stones. They sure work fast. They might have used magic since this is fantasy. The wall on the magic shop are still being repaired. It seems that it's open for business for once. Then, catalyst, scales. If you get your hands on these, I'd like you to deliver it to the Magic Corp station. I'll see to ask my magician and alchemist friends. At most, I could get my hands on 1 to 2 pieces of scales. As I enter the store, a magician-looking old woman and old man come out while having those conversations. The old man takes a glance at me but leaves without saying anything. Oh, a visitor, eh? I'm sorry, but I don't deal with love potion or energy drink. Go to the alchemy store in the East District. It's a thin and dried up old woman, wearing clothes appropriate for a magician. Deep blue robes with long sleeves. Wide opening tall hat, unwieldy for indoors. Wearing numerous rings with suspicious design on her finger. And with about 5 centimeter big emerald pendant designed after a skull on her neck. No, I want magic books. She raised just an eyebrow in surprise after hearing my words. She leans the cane which was on her hand to the wall and take out a lithograph from under the counter. Yamato stone again? We don't sell magic books to a man without talent, okay? Recently, there are a lot of scoundrels of nobles who buy magic books just for prestige, soiling them. I'll sell the books only to people having certain amount of magic measured from this instrument. Dang, I should have brought Arisa along. I don't know how far this stone can measure, but it'd be bad if my enormous magic power is known. I'm sorry, I'm afraid that it'll break if I carelessly touch it. Excuses, huh? If you put magic power on this, it will emit blue light. It's cheap compared to the instrument in the royal capital, but that's exactly why it's robust, so that it won't break if a veteran does his best. Magic power stops flowing after it feeds on the required amount. If one has the capability of a full-fledged magician, then it will shine blue. Other than that, It'll stay red as it is. Is it safe? It's as if the old woman said that there is no problem, but if the punchline is, actually it can read the exact value. That's scary. If you don't want to try, then go home. I have a business to get dragon powder from my alchemist friends after this. The powder that the old man mentioned earlier is the dragon powder, huh? When I thought that it's a familiar name, I remember that I obtained some in the labyrinth. Would she be willing to trade magic books for this? Shopkeeper-san, if it's dragon powder, then I have it. If you're fine with it, I can give it to you. I take out 5 vials of dragon powder from the bag. I got 6 from the labyrinth, but I decided to keep 1 in hand. When I take out, I estimate the market price. 20 gold coins, huh? Are those real? The old woman picks 1 vial and takes out 1 ear pick worth of powder. Then she tests it with some reagents and apparatuses. I'll buy it for 10 gold coins a vial. What a greedy old woman. When I say that the market price is 20 gold coins, she says, that's the price on a shop, rejecting it. Since I don't intend to force the sales, and the agreement doesn't seem to be achievable, I'm about to leave the shop. But her hands hold out at the speed that doesn't match her age. Her eyes are fiery and glittering. She's a bit scary. Wait, that thunder old man is probably going to buy them at that price. I'll buy it at 20 gold coins apiece, but I'll pay at the end of the month as the condition, since the payment from officials is slow. I'm sorry, but I intend to leave the city tomorrow, so I can't accept that condition. The negotiation continued until lunchtime, and in the end, it's decided that the payment is in the form of magic books. Because magic books higher than intermediate level are not allowed to be sold to people who aren't a citizen of Seiryu City, I'm having a hard time choosing books that's worth 100 gold coins. First, I'll collect lower class magic books from every element. Still, it's only 40 gold coins, so I buy thesis and investigation, and various miscellaneous notes for the reading materials. It's 60 gold coins up to this. Then, I buy canes and amulets. It seems that only those who have permit from the city are allowed to sell magic scrolls, so I can't buy it here. Furthermore, I buy cheap catalysts for making potions. It seems that they're made from magic cores from the lower class monsters. Oh, your main job is an alchemist, eh? Then how about these books? The old woman takes out 2 magic books from the back of the store written with Magic Catalyst and the Material, Seeds and Catalysts. I'm a bit worried for those titles, but since the author is named Jihad, I buy it. It's the maker of the spinning disc magic tool if I'm not mistaken. I buy 5 other books written by this guy. 15 gold coins remaining, is it? What else do you wish? I don't have good magic tools left. At best, I have a tool that emits light, or a tool that heats up if you put it above. Oi, you're putting out the good things in the end. When I receive them, the first is a crystal ball about as big as a candy ball, and the other is something black that looks like a pot stand with 20 centimeter diameter. It's about 3 centimeters thick and feel like it's made from porcelain. On one side, a copper line is drawn on top of a concentric circle. The crystal ball, light drop, begin emitting light after I pour it magic power. It seems that it shines for 30 minutes every time it's poured with magic power. The pot stand, light hot plate, is also the same. By putting magic power on the copper line, it gives warmth for 10 minutes. However, since it only emits enough heat to scald a person yet not enough to boil water, it's not suitable for cooking. That should be usable to warm tea or stew though. The light drop is 1 gold coin each, while the light hot plate is 3 gold coins. Since the light drop is in stocks of 2, I buy both. In the end, since I couldn't find good stuffs for the remaining 10 gold coins, it's exchanged in cash. I thought that I have to use it all up, but that's not good. Dangerous. Putting money aside, it's been a long time since someone bought this much. Thank you very much. I was able to buy many nice things. Thanking the old woman, I asked to deposit the stuffs I bought in the store for a while. After this, I've completely forgotten to buy a map from the bookstore next door. The old woman kindly agrees to keep the stuff. Then I go towards the bookstore.